I'm ready.
I mean, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Sure. All right. I got my playlist all good to go, and then I'll go into the thing. If it will load, because my internet's being a bit slow today. For some reason.
Or internet.
I have too much shit open, probably.
Maybe close some things.
I also need to mark off that I sold that chain shirt, because I did.
Yes.
Oh,
Because it
you
was
did?
pretty much useless for you.
Yep.
My abs give me more defense than this puny shirt.
They literally do. He's got good
Muscles
abs.
wouldn't fit.
He's got
We need
good.
to get a ring of 3 wishes so that Brimstone can re-roll his stats.
I don't know what you're talking about. His stats are perfect.
They're good. They're good. They're good stats.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this, Mr.
Your mistake was assuming that I was playing an optimized character.
That's true.
I never play optimized characters. I play fun shit. Sometimes fun shit is a barbarian who's just okay at being a barbarian.
Just okay.
He's an alright barbarian.
I mean, he wasn't born a barbarian, so...
Nope.
Stop. No
Excuse
spoilers.
me. Oh.
He was born a baby. Like all
Hashtag
people.
no spoilies. Aw.
Everybody was
Little
born as a baby.
Baby barbarian.
There's no baby barbarians.
Tiny baby. A barbarian. A barbarian.
A barbarian.
Barbarian.
Just because it's fun, I will hint that he did lose levels in something at some point in his life.
Baby boy, baby.
It was levels
Yes.
in
Baby boy,
having
baby.
a loving family because they were all killed.
Yikes.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Call it a hunch.
Nah, that's crazy talk. Anyways, we're gonna get started now. So,
Okay.
last time on the horrible Barovia time, Eamon, Brimstone, Riley, and Lucas were tracking down the sacred bones of Saint Andral, and they tracked them to the coffin maker's shop, only to find themselves face to face with a group of vampire spawn. Through some quick thinking and smashed windows, the group blocked off the vampire's route and escaped out of the building, one of them through a window. Take a guess who? Take a guess who? Once they got out, however, they were greeted by a group of guards, led by a large man named Ezek Stranzi. Ezek proceeded to doubt the group's intentions and called Lucas out as a Vistani traitor. Though upon checking the shop and identifying that there was in fact a vampire spawn in there, Ezek proceeded to burn the building down and arrest the coffin maker, telling the group to come to the Burgermeister's mansion sometime in the future. The group then returned the bones to Father Lucian and proceeded to go shopping with Irina to get a better lay of town and pick up some stuff, running into quite unique store clerks. They did manage to get
Unique
some...
is a strong word.
Yes, strong word for what those people were. And you also managed to get some useful supplies. But one stop into the toy store prompted some intrigue as the toy maker was making a doll that looked exactly like Irina.
If.
Benign purposes only, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
He's told you guys that he was only making them because Ezek told him to.
Right.
Shopping
And we
concluded.
decided
You
that Ezek can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yes. Shopping concluded.
Did not want to mess with him.
You returned to the church and prepared to meet up with Zelfine and Theo at the end. And then you were going to head out towards the winery. However, once you got there, you found that Theo and Zelfine hasn't returned yet. And Riley tried to send out a message to Zelfine only to get a response back, "Don't trust the Watchers." And then the line was dead.
How does that happen?
How does it
He was
happen?
taken outside of rage. I don't know.
She stopped responding to the message.
Yep. For one reason or another, she stopped responding to the message. But we're not going to jump right into that. We're going to do a little bit of a time rewind here and jump back in with Zelfine and Theo, because Shelbs is back, guys! Shelbs is back!
It me.
It's Shelbs. So, as as everybody else had started to leave the inn, Theo and Zelfine had veered off and walked the other direction. They walked for a little bit before Theo turned to Zelfine and goes, "Okay, what was it that you wanted to ask me? It was so important that you couldn't ask in front of your companions? Friends? Are they friends?" Not that it matters.
It's complicated.
Not that it matters. No, I wouldn't call myself friends with some of the people I travel with.
To be quite frank, we were all thrown into this land a bit haphazardly. I don't know that we've had time to properly address that, or really if we should.
That's fair.
I mostly pulled you aside because it seemed like something you might be a little less prone to talk about. You mentioned you had a reading from Madame Ava.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't seem too keen on it.
You seem like the kind of person that would not tell a secret without proper lubrication, so I guess it'd be okay to tell you. She basically told me that my fate is not in my own hands. I don't have a choice in the matter. It's up to some people that are destined to fight Strahd or whatever. Basically, she said, if they succeed, then I go back to Zant. Back to the battlefields. What happens there is beyond what she could see. But if they fail, I'm destined to be a slave at the devil's feet, wherever the hell that means.
Well, I have good news and bad news.
Not what you want to hear after that.
Oh dear.
He raises an eyebrow and he's like, go on.
You were told to help those who would defeat the Devil Strahd. We were told that that's us. And she has that lilt in her voice, but she definitely does not look pleased about it at all.
Yeah, Theo's mouth goes into a thin line. He's like, oh, good. Well, at least I know. I'm still not sure if I 100% believe what she said. I hate to think that my own fate isn't my own, though. That would be par for the course, knowing me.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Ian being sassy in the chat.
Oh, I don't even have the chat open, y'all.
No, you guys do your thing, sorry.
Ignore me. Theo shakes his head and goes, okay. If your guys are the ones that are supposed to take him out, at least that's knowledge I have now.
I have a bit more knowledge that I can give you about the matter, if you are supposed to help us in this. I don't know how much stock I put in her prophecy either, but there are a few coincidences that are starting to line up. Namely, I was supposed to follow the Ravens for my part in this, and it appears that they have in fact led me to you.
Interesting.
I don't suppose you know anything about any evil trees, do you?
That's a good conversation starter.
Evil trees.
Hey, what? Hey, where are you out on evil trees? Enlighten me. I want to know.
Are all the trees here evil? Is there
are you
one that's really
pro-evil tree?
known for being evil? What is the evilest tree you can think of? Is it pine?
Oh
On
my
a scale of 1 to Strahd, how evil is this tree?
So Theo just kind of thinks for a minute and goes, evil trees. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising that there'd be an evil tree around here somewhere. I heard the Mardikovs say that there was a tree not too far from their vineyard, the one that we're supposed to go check on. I don't know if it's evil per se, but then again, who knows?
Well then, another question for you. You seem to have spent a lot of your time here in Barovia with the Were-Ravens. Would you know anything about their leader?
I know that he is the father of Mr. Mardikov here, the boss. I know they're not on speaking terms. I don't know what my boss did to upset his father, but they basically have a strictly business relationship right now. His father gives him wine, we sell the wine, and they mostly talk to each other between messengers. I don't know if they've actually spoken to each other face to face in years. I haven't seen them. To be perfectly honest, I've got here, came to Vallaki, and I haven't really left too much. When you guys ran into me at the windmill, that was the furthest I've gone from Vallaki in like a week and a half. It's safer behind the walls than it is out there, for sure.
Well, it doesn't sound like our odds in that direction are going to be very good. As good as any odds in this land could be.
True.
So back to that tree that they mentioned. It's I really gotta think about trees, you know? No.
Yeah. Focus.
If it helps narrow it down any, it is supposed to be atop a hill of graves where the ancient dead sleep. Does that match the area that you can think of?
I'm not sure, honestly. There's a lot of dead here in Barovia.
That's fair.
But, you know, it's a place to start looking, at least. It's the only notable tree that I've seen or heard of.
Well, it's the closest thing to a lead that we have.
It's true.
It would be unwise for either of us to go off anywhere on our own in a land such as this. However, we have a distinct lack of information, and if information is what we seek, the two of us seem to be the most adept at gaining it.
That's a
If you
fair
catch my
assessment.
drift.
Fair assessment
Perhaps-
indeed.
Perhaps it would be in the best interest of our goals to see if we could go get anything else to work with, any other knowledge, before we just barrel through the door, as it were.
That's fair enough. Though, to be honest, I'm not sure where to start looking. I've been around this town for a while, and you know there's no thieves' guild here? I've looked everywhere. I
She
think
kind of narrows her eyes a little bit, but doesn't say anything.
I mean, at the moment, the two of them are the Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
it's literally it.
It's
That's
us.
it.
So far, the Mardikovs have been my best source of information. I've been staying with them because they, you know, they let me. I do some jobs for them, they let me sleep there.
Then perhaps that's where we should start.
Yeah.
And she just kind of like gestures towards him, or back the direction that they came from, like, shall we?
Yeah. I'm gonna get you to roll me some perception here right now.
Ooh. I
Oh.
get to roll a thing.
Roll a thing,
Yay! It's been a while, huh?
Yeah.
please. Okay.
That's an 18?
Okay. So
Ugh.
at this point, you see someone kind of out of the corner of your eye that you've noticed for like the last like block you've been walking. Like you've been kind of walking as you've been talking, just to like keep yourselves going somewhere. You see someone has been following you. Theo stops and like notices you noticing something, and then also sees it, and his like he grits his teeth and goes, "Oh god damn it." Come on, let's try to lose this guy.
She just kind of gives a nod, and I guess she'll just she knows that he knows this place a lot better than she does, so she's just gonna kind of follow his lead
Okay.
in like which direction they should turn to try to get this guy off their tail.
So, oh. Oh dear. So Theo,
Oh,
he does a pretty decent job of slipping through stuff, and you'd think like any like average person, this would be like impossible to keep up with, but you both still see this guy kind of like following behind you, and he's like, God damn it. He stops, and like the guy is like right behind you now, and he turns and looks at this kind of Weasley looking guy. He goes, "What do you want?" And he goes, "Hey, Mr. Devil, how's it going?" And he goes, "Oh my fucking god." Theo has this like look of recognition, like he recognizes this guy now, and goes, "For the last time, I am not going to Lady Watcher's house to join her stupid book club. I don't know what you guys are doing down there, but I doubt it's actual book club stuff." He goes, "Oh, come on. It'll be great. She just really wants to see you, and you brought in some more like you, right? You got the horns? You should bring them too. It'll be great. Lady Watcher really wants to see you." He goes,
so Zelfine had turned and like had a hand on her short sword, but then like saw this exchange start and kind of raised an eyebrow and didn't draw it until he mentioned the other horned ones, and then she's gonna draw her sword and tell this guy, we have no interest in your book club, you called it?
Yeah, you put that down, please. Like, come on.
I would be happy to put this down and not have to use it should you turn around now and go on your way.
So, all right. No worries. I'm backing up. Come on. Though, come on. It will be, the Watcher's got some food. You know, it's warm. It's different stuff than you get at the Modikovs. You know, they only got beef stew and, like, bread. We got some nice stuff for you. Theo just, like, puts his hands on his, like, waist and goes, "Get the fuck out of here, Ernst."
We have garlic bread.
I want to point out, I want to applaud Leanne for making this guy sound exactly like the DARE campaign. "Hey kids, anybody want to buy some candy, guy?" You've done that very well.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah. Zelfine has just still got her sword out and is giving him just the flattest glare of like, I am not amused by your salesmanship here.
All
Try to see
right.
what this guy's brain looks like on drugs.
Oh god.
Fine. If you want to be that way, it's fine. And he, like, puts his hands up and starts backing away. It's like, you really ought to consider it, though. You know, someone like you do well. But Lady Watcher would give you anything you wanted. And Theo just, like, shakes his head. Get out of here. Fine, fine. And he like turns and starts walking.
Zelfine's gonna watch him for a little bit before she puts her sword away to make sure that he is in fact like
Gone.
walking away and not trying to pull any shenanigans.
Yeah. So it seems like he's heading off. Alright. Sorry about that. You guys been trying to get me to go there for like ever since I got here. I don't trust the Watchers. I don't trust most things here, though, to be perfectly honest with you. This place is fucked up.
So, what do you know about this Lady Watcher and her apparent obsession with tieflings and books?
I don't know about the book thing. I'm pretty sure the book thing is a cover-up. I haven't... Lucas says that they don't actually have many books in the house. He's gone spying, but he hasn't gotten too far. But they don't actually have any books in that house. So I'm pretty sure it's a front for something. I don't know what. Honestly.
Yeah, that seems clear. Huh.
The
Well,
rest of it, all I know about her other than that is that she and the Burgermeister are at odds. But he can't really do much about her. She's like an old family, and they have power among some of the people. She mostly stays in her house. She's got 2 sons. They keep showing up at the inn. They tried to rough me up the first night I was here, but Lucas got in the way.
Well, let's put a pin in that one for now. But perhaps we should make our way back to the inn and see what information we can gather there before we venture off too much farther.
Yeah.
And meet any other friends along the way.
That's fair. So as you start to make your way back to the inn, you see like a group of people with 2 like kind of strong-looking guys, kind of blocking the most direct route back to the inn. Theo's like looks a bit visibly on edge at this and goes, "Fuck." That's the Watcher kids. Why are they here?
They seem pretty adamant about you joining this book club.
Can't imagine why.
Which makes me think all the more that it's a terrible idea. Are there any back routes to get to the inn?
Yeah. Let's go this way. And he, like, ducks you down, like, a small, like, alleyway. And you kind of shift and move, and I'm gonna get you to roll me some stealth.
Yeah. 25.
Oh, yeah. So, like, the 2 of you do real well, and you bob and weave, make your way back to the inn. And as you're walking back up to the inn, you see a half-elf standing in the, like, field, kind of walking towards the inn itself, and he looks over at you and goes, "Oh, it's you 2. And Theo, like, goes, "Hello, Rictavia, what are you doing here?" "Well, you see, I didn't actually care. Let's go."
Zelfine's eyes narrow at the exchange, but she doesn't say anything. Just making very many mental notes.
Yep. Theo's, like, got his hands in his pockets, and he's, like, beelining towards the inn. And Rictavio turns to you, Zelfine, and goes, "He's an awfully rude guy. I don't know what his deal is. You a friend of yours?"
Doesn't like your style.
Zelfine's gonna look at him, like, very pointedly.
Yep.
Shrug, and then follow after Theo.
Good.
Good.
That's the right answer. Correct answer.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see Rictavio Osol shrug and go, "Well, I guess that's the way it goes." and starts walking off.
Oh, Victavio.
What a normal, ordinary man.
Definitely a normal, ordinary man, and is not at all
no problem.
suspicious.
Why all the hate, man? Why all the hate? I love it when you laugh like that. It just can only mean good things.
It's great. It's great.
Leanne's already got us to a point where every benign thing is immediately suspicious. Jesus
Yes!
Christ.
So paranoid.
I mean, that's fair. That is
That
a
is
fair.
what-
Yeah, but in this
That's
campaign,
The
yeah, that's
statement, "that's fair," has made me suspicious. Because it was so not true.
true.
So you make your way back to the inn and kind of wander in. There's a couple more people kind of milling about now. Clearly, like, participating in the, like, food and drink there. And Miss Mardukov kind of looks over at you and goes, "Oh, you're back so soon."
Zelfine will kind of like cut her eyes over at Theo for a moment to see if he's going to mention any of the nonsense that happened out there.
Yeah, he, like, kind of hunches over and, like, walks over to her and goes, "Do you see the Mardukov boys around here? They were blocking the road. Do you know what's up with that?" And she's like, No, I haven't seen them since last night. Why are they blocking the road? I hoped you'd know. Seem to be on the lookout for somebody or something. Stupid.
Wait, it's the Mardukov boys blocking the road?
No, the Watcher boys.
Okay.
Sorry.
Watch boys.
I've got too many voices going at once. I've lost track of what I'm doing.
names.
Too many names.
It's cool.
It's a frickin'... I don't know what the Watcher boys are up to, but I don't like it. You know, they've been trying to get me to get to that house since I got here. Yes, well, I don't know. Old Lady Watcher probably wishes to speak to you. I don't know why, but I don't claim to understand her. Her stupid spy was following us. I don't like it. Alright, is there a reason you came back so soon? Yeah, Zelfine here had some questions for you.
I was simply wondering, I'd heard in passing here, as we've been traveling, something about an evil tree atop a hill of graves, and wondered if you knew anything about that, perhaps.
Well, that would make sense with what I know about the area. There's a tree on top of the hill, not too far from the vineyard. I heard that there are evil druids there that are trying to put power into it. I do not know why. Just that they have been causing problems for my family down that way. Theo nods and goes, "Evil druids. They don't bring people back. They don't bring things out of people, do they?" And she goes, "What? I know this druid. He would do a thing to dead bodies and stuff would pop out of them, and it was really disturbing, but super useful. So I don't want to really fight something like that, if at all possible." But and she goes, I don't know. There's definitely blights in the woods, so perhaps. Theo is thinking at this now.
So throughout that whole exchange, poor little blank-faced, reserved Zelfine all of a sudden looks shook. very visibly disturbed at the idea of evil druids bringing things out of things, and this whole exchange. And you could tell she's just kind of trying to keep her voice level as possible. She's like, is there anything else you can tell me about these evil druids? What they're up to, how long they've been around here? Anything.
Well, as far as I know, they've been around for a very long time. I believe they worship Strahd and his connection to the land and try to keep it strong. Other than that, I know that they attack my father-in-law. For what purpose, I do not know. Not much is known about them. They are very secretive. They do seem to control blights, though, because we have had words of them being attacked by blights.
And she's gonna look at Theo and say, you've heard of druids like this before.
Yeah. I knew this guy back in Zant. He was the last druid of his circle. Supposedly the rest of them got killed off somehow. Didn't really want to talk about it. Can't imagine what would have killed off a whole circle, though, but... You know, Zant is Zant and war is war. There's always something rolling through there. He was naive, but the powers he had were bordered on necromancy. He would, like, cast something over a dead body and things would come out of them. Tree blights, funguses, all kinds of weird things. If
That
he wasn't,
sounds neat if it wasn't terrifying.
yeah, it is a touch terrifying. If he wasn't such a, like, good-natured, naive man, I would be terrified of him.
Zelfine looks like there's definitely more she wants to say or ask, but she kind of takes a deep breath, calms herself, and says, I definitely think we need to learn more about this tree and these druids before we get into something that we can't handle. I don't know if there's anyone else who would know more about it, or if it's simply something that we need to look into ourselves. But due to Madame Ava's prophecy, we clearly need to know more about this tree and these druids.
That's fair. My father-in-law, he might know more. And you guys are going to be heading that way anyways, it sounds like, to check on him. Assuming, you know, the worst hasn't happened. He would know more. Now, the main concern for me right now is the Watchers seem to be increasing their...
Watching.
They're watching, I suppose the word would be. Best be on our toes. I don't know what they have planned, but... Dan, please. Dan, please.
Sorry. Dan, what you doing?
I'm sorry, I'll watch myself in the future. That.
How dare!
Bad.
Boo!
All right. So there's a story here.
Back at it.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
So yeah,
I've
Theo
been waiting
goes.
to do that for so long.
So good. Theo is like nodding his head and goes, yeah, that's all important, but I am really worried about the Watchers with their increased activities. I might go check on them to see what exactly they think they're trying to pull here by...
That sounds good. Won't turn out bad.
Won't turn out bad at all, guys. This is...
I have every confidence in Theo.
Yeah.
We're fine.
There,
Doubt.
God, we
There
suck.
is-
We're the worst.
It's great. You guys are great. A+.
their increased presence and insistence on having you and, by the sounds of it, maybe even the others that I travel with join their little book club, for lack of a better name, it's definitely going to put a damper on any progress we want to make towards this goal. So perhaps this is something that should be dealt with as soon as possible.
That's my thoughts. They've been annoying since the day I got here. If I can shut at least some of that down, maybe it'd be better for everybody. Even just get it through their head that I don't want to join a book club. I'm pretty sure it's a cult, guys. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure they got a cult.
I think that's
What?
assessment.
No.
Hey!
Sorry.
Zelfine just kind of gives this nod. It's like, it's not even condescending, it's just like, okay, good, you've gotten there. Right.
Yep.
We're on the same page now.
I'm pretty sure it's a damn
Good.
cult. Sorry, my brain's been everywhere. I'm just starting to piece this together. God.
I understand how puzzling this place can be, believe me.
Yep.
So then, what would you suggest be our course of action to deal with this book cult?
Well, suppose the fastest way is to do some more recon. Figure out what they're at. Honestly, I don't want to talk to Lady Fiona Watcher, if at all possible. I'm telling her,
Does seem ill-advised.
but perhaps we could gather some intel and then go get your friends. They seem equipped enough to deal with a few ill-mannered people. Could always go to the Burgermaster, too. I don't like him either, but he and Lady Watcher hate each other. So he might be willing to give us some help.
Well, whatever party we enlist to help, it would perhaps behoove us to have more information to work with first.
That's fair.
So let's start with that.
Great. Alright, let's head out. And Theo, waves and starts heading out the door.
Alright, Zelfine's gonna follow.
Oh boy.
And as you go to open the door, standing in front are two big burly guys that you saw on the street before. And they look down at you and go, "Mama wants to talk to ya." He goes,
Oh
Mamma
my
mia.
god.
and Theo goes, "Oh, god damn it."
Zelfine has that look of course. Why did I expect anything different?
One of them grabs Theo's
Just
wrist
you
and
can't
starts
read.
pulling him
Just
out.
say you can't read.
Can't read.
Oh, yeah.
One of them grabs Theo by the wrist and starts yanking him.
No.
Zelfine's gonna draw her sword again and say, excuse me, but I believe he has declined your offer for joining your book club?
They look at each other and start laughing. And he goes, "Going to attack us in the middle of the street."
Thought about it.
You want to get thrown out of town?
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing that's happened to me since getting here. I'll tell you what, though, and she's gonna put the sword away and says, "You say your mama wants to talk. I'd like an audience with her as well."
Theo, like, shoots you a look, and as he's, like, trying to pull his hand out of this other guy's, like, death grip, and, like, kind of rolls his eyes and goes, "Fine, if she wants to talk so badly, let's fucking go."
She's gonna return the look, I imagine, in this, like, little bit of thieves' cant with, "I'm sorry, did you want to go talk to her alone?"
He, like, shakes his, like, head slightly, and they go, "Alright. I'm sure she would love to have more company. Follow me." Theo, like, he lets go of Theo's hand, and Theo, like, rubs his wrist slightly and goes, "Guess we're doing this."
Seems that way.
One of them, like, gets behind you, one of them is in front, and they start leading you down the street.
Alright, she's gonna go with them.
Cool. So, you make your way down the road. Theo is, like, clearly on edge, kind of glancing for any way to just get out of there, but not actually acting on his own impulses. You can just tell that he's just not like this situation, though.
Mm-hmm.
And you start making your way, and there's, like, a house that is surrounded by gardens. And it's like, the house seems almost disgusted with itself. It's got, like, a slouched roof that hangs with heavy, overfurled, like, moss-covered walls, and there's, like, it looks like it's gonna bulge under the weight of itself. And it's just, like, it looks very sullen. But there's, like, a little garden that seems to be making some kind of vegetable. It doesn't look super appealing, though. Like, nothing that grows there is super nice. And I guess I should actually bring up the map for that. Because we've got a map now.
It basically sounds exactly like the kind of place where a book cult would be.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
What a normal town.
Normal town, guys.
Oh, yeah, normal house.
Yeah.
Normal garden.
We are right here. And they kind of, like, lead you into the main hall here and go, "We're going to, like, put you in the dining room here, and Mama's going to have a little talk with you." Great.
Lovely.
And at this point, Zelfine, you hear a little message go, "Hey, where you at?" and
she's going to give that quick response of don't trust the Watchers, with a little addendum of, "It's not a book club."
Very good. Very good. Okay.
Oh boy.
Now we're going to cut back to everybody else.
Okay.
I was trying to find a good way to ease back into that.
Well, we don't know yet. Riley.
Yeah, Riley went
Yeah.
outside to do that. So...
Exactly.
Eamon and Brim are just like toasting to friendship or something.
Yeah, having a good bro hug, having a great time with Lucas.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
While Riley has a mini panic attack and
Great.
just shuffles back inside, like very stiffly, and goes, team meeting upstairs. Lucas, you're coming too.
What?
Okay.
What's going on?
Should I
Upstairs.
get Irina?
Irina's not here.
No, that's fine. Irina's in the church. It's
Yeah.
just no time.
Okay.
Alright, Brimstone will follow her upstairs.
Yeah, same. He doesn't, because Eamon doesn't understand the urgency. He's not like probably going as fast as he should.
Yeah, like Riley's just like pushing.
Brimstone's going like, come on, Eamon, come on.
I'll kind of walk a little quicker. What's going on?
Eamon did this mistake to think that something else terrible hasn't happened today.
That's true. And then Eamon just immediately just bolts upstairs.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay.
Can't argue with that.
This might be my anxiety, but I think Zelfine's in trouble, and so is Theo. I think something bad happened to them.
Now, when you say think,
Okay, but yeah. First off, Lucas, what are the Watchers? Like, what's that?
I think we heard about them, didn't we?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, actually, wait. I think we did for a second.
I believe I mentioned that the Watchers, Lady Fiona Watcher is one of the higher rank families around here, and she and the Burgomaster don't get along very well. What?
Okay.
She has been sending her little spy to talk to Theo every so often, trying to get him to go to the house, and Theo's turned her down every time, and perhaps they finally got him to go.
Okay, because I think they got Zelfine too.
Why? What, did you...
Yeah, I sent a message to Zelfine asking where she was, and all she said was, don't trust the Watchers. That was it.
Along with, it's not a book club.
Oh, and also it's not a book club, which I don't know what that means.
Oh.
That's...
Well, Lady Fiona has a book club, supposedly. She and a few others.
No, she doesn't.
I guess it's not.
Yeah, clearly not.
Clearly it's not the... Clearly not. I know that it was not, but I didn't know exactly what it was. We're assuming it's a cult, but...
Oh, good.
Don't know what they are culting about. You know, there's different kinds of cults. There's death cults, there's party cults, there's sex cults.
When he hears the word cult, his head turns around so fast that his helmet kind of spins around after it.
And Lucas is like just listing different kinds of cults now. He's like, there's wine cults, there's cults around books, but then I guess this one isn't because, there's not a book club, so maybe it's not a cult for books, and then he just hasn't stopped.
Lucas, focus!
Oh, yes, no, sorry, I get rambly when I get nervous, and I'm nervous because...
Totally understandable, man. I am there with you. You know where they are, like, where the Watchers are.
Yes.
I think they got Zelfine and Theo.
Great.
We need to go help them. If they're not a book club.
Well, I think it's time that we tear up this book club.
Great. Okay, let's go. I'll
Okay.
sure.
Eamon, hold on, Eamon.
I got a better
go
one.
in there,
I got a better one.
Hold on. Before we do a one-liner. No, we can't do a one-liner yet. Let's talk about this before we go there and just start smashing things up, because we don't know shit about it. We know they're not the book club. We don't know even if we assume they're a cult, we don't know what kind of a cult they are. We don't know what assets they have. We don't know anything about it. So this isn't something that we can just go in and smash shit up. We have to...
I agree with you, which is why, first things first, divine sense. The second we get there, that goes without saying.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'm sort of leaning towards slightly aggressive diplomacy. If I sense something else that may point the needle in the smashing direction.
Make sure you let us talk first, because if they do have Theo and Zelfine, we can't afford to fuck up. If they've got them, that we are at the disadvantage. We don't get to go smashing this time unless there's nothing else for it.
Yeah.
Lucas, this is a weird question, and I think you know what I'm going to ask. Do you have any possessions of Theo's?
Oh, well, he doesn't have a whole lot with him all the time. Let me see. He's digging through his clothes that clearly, like, he doesn't wear these clothes very often, so there might not even be anything in these pockets. But he's like,
Right. Do we have anything in Zelfines? Do you have anything like that?
Oh man, I don't think so.
Eh.
Checks character sheet.
Lucas at this point, like, goes, and, like, books it out of the room, like, clearly he's thought of something.
Oh.
And he's just like, pop, pop, he's out the door.
Okay. My thinking is if they've got that, because we know nothing about what happened, so if they've got them somewhere other than this house, I should be able to tell with that. Hopefully, at least.
Do a big sniff.
I think we ought to investigate the house first, regardless.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's where I think we should go, but just in case it turns out they've got them somewhere else.
Fair.
Very true.
You hear
Alright.
the patter of feet as Lucas runs back into the room, and he, like, has in his hand a notebook, and he, like, hands it to you as, Theo left his notebook in the barn. I forgot that he had not had it on him. He was writing in it last night.
Alright, well,
Perfect.
I'm not going to open it, obviously, but...
Yes,
I'll
I'd
hold on to it
appreciate
and
you
then
not
we'll
doing
get
that. But
Yeah, I mean...
I don't
When we
even
get
know
close
what's
to
My
written in here.
Boyfriend the Were-Raven, Chapter 1.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey,
Yeah, that's what he's writing.
There he
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yep. Good.
It's
Okay.
not at all his war
Alright.
journal at all. No.
did we know about the Walkers, about the Watchers, sorry, that they're interested in tieflings? Did we get that information?
No. You
I
guys.
don't think Lucas mentioned that.
Theo hasn't mentioned that. He just mentioned that they seemed interested in Theo, but he's not sure why.
I am going to suggest, because Eamon doesn't necessarily trust Brimstone with diplomacy after that whole church incident. Eamon is going to say, perhaps I could talk to them. I don't know
Well,
exactly.
I will point
Okay.
out that if they're a cult of any evil deity, showing up on their doorstep as a paladin isn't exactly going to put us in their good books, is it?
Good idea. And then he's going to take off his tabard and put it in his bag. Better?
Oh, undercover Eamon.
Lucas goes, "You can do that?" I thought. Oh.
His armor,
You hear a
like
crash
his
of
armor,
thunder.
his armor under it, it's like a little rusty in a couple places, but like it's just chainmail
Yeah.
with a few plates here and there.
Now, we've never been approached by them at all. So,
Yeah.
what? How do we show? Do we say we were looking for our
The
friends?
book club.
Yeah. We would.
We heard about the book club through the grapevine.
I suggest yes. That's what we should do. But perhaps I should go in Raven form so they do not know that I am there.
Yeah, they probably
Yeah,
know.
that idea.
You can be Zelfine's familiar, or Riley's familiar.
Hey,
You know that's not a
Oh, is
bad
that-
idea.
I like that. I will keep my hood up the whole time though. But
The
yeah,
little orb perched on your staff.
Oh.
oh, I love it. Fun. Okay,
So
That-
we're just a
if
couple
things
of
go
people.
wrong,
Mhm.
my first goal when things go wrong, my first goal when we go close is to ascertain the location of Theo and Zelfine. If
Yeah.
things go wrong, they're who I'm running towards first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
And after we get them, we get out of there as soon as possible. This is not a
Mhm.
search and destroy mission. This is a rescue mission.
Mhm.
If it comes
We-
to that.
To be fair, if the burgomaster doesn't like them, it might be at least easier to get
You
to
see-
get with some things, but we need to be careful, obviously.
Yes.
I'm curious as to whether or not it's truly wise to take a side in this civil war.
Oh yeah.
If
Usually,
Because
yeah.
if you want my advice,
might have other
I'd
allies.
say it best not to get involved in either of them. Honestly.
Yeah, sounds like a headache.
The
And look,
the
we're already-
Martikovs, their whole policy has been to stay out of their way.
Yeah.
That's a good policy.
But you know what? They got in our way, so
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
let's give them a little tit for tat.
And well, if they have my Theo, then I will not rest until he is back.
Eamon will kind of smirk when he says "my Theo."
So cute. I love.
All right, let's go.
All right.
He's got the biggest shit he can grin on right now.
Great. I love it.
Nice.
It's under his helmet. You can't see it.
But
you
know
know
that
it's
it's there.
We know, though.
Yeah.
We know.
Somehow. Anyways, let's get going.
All right, rescue mission. Let's go.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun,
So-
dun.
Lucas, like, turns into a raven. There's, like, a pile of clothes on the floor, and he pokes out and hops up onto your staff, Riley.
Nice. I can get used to this.
Could always summon a familiar. That's a thing you can do.
I miss spaghetti.
Spaghetti was good.
Spaghetti. Look, if we
In
can
the
get
back of your
Spaghetti,
mind, you hear the screaming across the land.
Still screaming.
the greatest familiar.
He will never stop.
Okay. All right, forget about anxiety and
Some
fear.
seems to
Only
this
focus
day.
on adrenaline. That's something.
Eamon's gonna put a hand on Riley's back and be like, Riley, I believe in you. You're very strong, and you're very good at what you do.
Well,
Well,
thanks,
I mean,
Eamon.
she's not strong. She's smart though.
Look,
Okay.
I'm not
Brimstone.
that either.
it's a metaphor. Let's just go.
Okay.
This is gonna go well.
I asked Lucas to let us know when we're like around the block from the Watcher's house.
Okay, so like, as you like start heading north, you see some of the, like what would be nicer houses if they weren't in such disrepair. But clearly, this is supposed to be like the more rich area. The houses are big, covered in vines, and probably noble families or aristocrats would live here. And Theo, like, not Theo, Lucas gives a little squawk as you get close to one with the gardens in front. And I'm gonna drop everybody on this map now. Because now you're here.
Joke's on you. I just dropped myself.
Okay, good.
So I'm
I'm
actually
a
looking at
weirdo.
my sanguine scent feature, and it actually doesn't let me like detect where the creature is. I can use it to track a single creature, so I think
Okay.
I'd have to use it like when I'm starting off.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
I
sense.
would.
So,
when I get
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
it's happened twice in a row. When I get to the sort of the outside, I would like to activate my divine sense and try and sense if there's anything fiendish or undead or anything like that inside.
Well, that's only. Isn't it behind? Like, if they're behind full cover, it doesn't
Vision.
work.
You have to be able to see it.
Yeah. So
Um,
from the outside of the house,
one
you
sec.
can't
Oh,
see.
Oh shoot.
So what I'm going to do is for this thing where I focus on one creature, I'm instead of me making a survival check to track them, Theo has to make a saving throw. With
Okay.
a DC equal to 8 plus my proficiency, 8 plus my Constitution modifier, so equal to 13. I don't know what you want to rule about him being able to voluntarily fail that.
Yeah, because like he doesn't know that you're trying to look for him, or really know too much about your scent. Your sniffy stuff.
Mhm.
So what would he roll? Sorry.
Yeah. He would need to roll a survival check. No, he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Well, let's have a see how good my boy's wisdom is.
To be fair, he was like being like dragged along by people, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it at disadvantage. So yeah, that's a 5.
Okay, So I want to use my segment sense, and I sort of take the book out, and Brimstone takes the book out and like sort of sniff it a bit, and I don't open it. I'm actually curious what like the cover and stuff looks like. Is it just like leather bound?
It's leather bound with like a little gem in the middle of it, and it's like tied together with leather string.
Okay. So as I sniff that, I kind of catch a scent, and does it seem like the scent is following us to the home of the walkers?
Yes.
The watchers? Whichever.
I think you're actually right. It's probably walkers, but I've been saying watchers this whole time.
Oh.
It's whichever.
Eamon is gonna walk up to the door and knock 4 times.
Thunk,
Oh boy,
thunk,
here
thunk.
goes.
This is the front door, right?
Yep, that is the front door. And let me just check.
Now keep in mind, Eamon is not wearing at the moment. He's taken off all of his holy stuff. Let's say he's painted over his shield or something.
Cool.
He's undercover.
You know, or his shield is like sheathed or whatever.
So, yeah, a little door, like window, kind of opens up slightly, and a woman looks out. She is clearly like a servant of some kind. He goes, "Yes, can I help you?"
Greetings. We're here for the book club.
Her eyes like narrow and goes, "I've never seen you around before. Are you new to the club?"
Yes.
Brimstone is standing like right behind Eamon as a note.
And like
He's sitting like,
her eyes like dart over to Brimstone and like she like stops and goes and like closes the window and like opens the door and goes and is like looks in awe up at Brimstone and goes, "The lady was right. They are here. Come in, come in. And she like
Eamon will now say, Eamon will now say in Infernal, "We appreciate your cooperation."
She like looks at you and goes, "Oh," and like it's just like honored by this looking. Yes, the mistress.
Riley's just looking like, what the fuck is
Brimstone
happening?
does his best to look regal, but doesn't really know how to look regal, so he stands up straight for a second and then kind of like goes back to like his normal sort of just. He straightens his back for a second and then stops.
Great. Cool,
All right.
cool.
What is happening?
Ready to come in.
Great.
Yep.
So, let me just get my stuff.
And I just want to say, I would like to ready an action to cast protection from good and evil on myself, and I'll tell her, just as a precaution, should anyone have followed us here or something along those lines. And like, because I'm assuming the divine light or whatever is visible from my hand, so I'd like to prepare an action to cast that if shit goes down, basically.
Basically. Cool. Just 1 second here. I am sorting out the map.
You're good.
Trying to figure out where they will take you.
So, I believe that my feature allows me to to track him for like the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
So, yeah, as we describe the house, let me know if it seems like Theo was taken this way.
So you can definitely tell that Theo's been through this way, and as the woman brings you into this large dining room area that I'm about to reveal. As they take you in here, you can tell that he has been in here as well.
Is my divine sense picking up anything?
Not right now.
Okay.
It helps if I'm On the right tool. Yeah, that's it. I'm moving Riley into the room. So let me just pull up the right thing here. Dining room. This is the dining room. Yes. Yes. J. So you walk in and it's like an ornate dining table with that's the whole length of the room. There's a crystal chandelier hanging above it, and there's the silverware though is tarnished and the dishes are all chipped. Yet there's at one point they were really elegant. And there's 8 chairs. Their backs are adorned with like sculpted elk horns and surrounding the table, and there's arched windows with lots of lattice work and iron, and the glass looks onto the estate.
Eamon will say, trying his best to stay calm, "You have a lovely establishment here."
Oh, well, thank you, but it's my lady's. I will go get her. Please just take a seat. We will get you some food. And she like wanders out.
After she wanders out, Brimstone whispers, "Theo's definitely been through here."
Oh
Do
man.
you know which door he's through?
Can I kind of take a walk around the room and kind of like see if I can tell, if I'm getting closer to him or farther away from him as I go?
Mm-hmm. So
Hot or cold?
hot or cold? Hot or cold?
It's literally that.
Yes. Good.
So you can tell that he has been in this room, but he's not here right now, and the smell seems to be going off somewhere else.
Can I tell where whether, because I see 2 doors,
Yeah.
2 more doors. Can I tell which one of them it seems stronger by?
Kind of further back the way you came. Clearly he came in here but didn't go further, and over here is a fireplace. Over here seems to be a door heading somewhere else, and here's a door heading somewhere else. It helps if I actually tag them. That's a door. That's a door.
He spent some time in here.
Fireplace.
He was led off through a different doorway.
Yeah, and if y'all want to roll me investigation or perception for the area, I can tell you a few more things.
All of us?
Yeah, if you're looking. If you don't want to look, then
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
Eamon is like, this is a fireplace, right?
Yes. Are you examining the fireplace?
Okay, Eamon is specifically looking, yes, specifically at that fireplace. He'll stop and be
So-
specific at that.
As you
I
look,
got a dirty 20.
cool. So yeah, you also notice something about you notice, Eamon looking at the fireplace, and you also notice that the fireplace is adjoined, and you can see into the other room
Oh!
from
That
here.
fireplace is...
So
She
can we
whispers,
get
Fireplace.
vision on that room?
Yep, I'm working on it. So, as you look in there, you see, a Weasley-looking man kind of lounging in a
Oh,
chair.
God.
Clearly there to possibly eavesdrop.
Hello?
At this, he, stops and goes, "Ah! Hello?" He's,
Hello.
Did you want to talk to us?
"No, not really."
Okay.
Okay.
Can I?
For any particular
Is there any
reason
wood for the
you're
fireplace?
listening right by the fireplace?
No, I'm just relaxing.
Brimstone is going to loudly say, "Eamon, it's sure cold in here, isn't it?" And he's going to go to the wood by the fire and start putting wood in the fireplace, a huge
thank you
pile of
so
wood.
much. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
wouldn't
He,
want to get cold.
Backs away from the fireplace. Goes, "Oh, that's the way it's going to be. All right, I'm gonna fucking shit."
Brimstone's also going to
Good.
he's going to take his water skin and he's going to pour some water on the wood so it goes a whole bunch when he lights it.
Great.
Yeah, and then I believe I can use thaumaturgy to light a fire.
You
believe
can use it to make it bigger. Like, there's already fire in the fireplace.
Oh.
But you're making it bigger. You can make it bigger, though. You can also do that, yeah.
Prestidigitation
tiny
start
fire.
fires.
Yeah, I'll start it. And you can make it bigger.
Yeah, can I just concentrate on making that fire roaring and, like, huge?
Like, obscuring the entire view of the place through the... basically.
Yep.
My goal with the water was to make it also sound very loud, so, like...
Nice.
Sizzling.
So yeah, you've got this like sizzling, burning fire, and you kind of you can still kind of hear on the other side the weaselly looking guy like cursing and like, God damn it.
I know, I don't like fire either.
Eamon will turn to the rest of the party, put a hand over his lips, like the shh motion, and then kind of place a hand on the door behind him, and just look to them for approval.
Brimstone kind of like Brimstone's gonna go over by the dining room table and like try and appear as though he's sitting patiently waiting for somebody, just in case like anybody walks through the door.
Cool. So as you do that, you do hear the door open, and in walks
Eamon will immediately try to look casual.
Yeah.
There's this tall, older-looking woman with like a thin, gaunt face and lots of wrinkles on her. She's got her hair done up really nicely, though, and her clothes like look like they'd be royal or nobility almost, but they're old and worn and just not kept up, but they're still like clearly supposed to be at one point nice and very fancy. She takes a look around the room and goes, "So you are the guest to our house?" And she like her eyes land on Brimstone and they go like wide. He goes, "Oh, I see why now they let you in." She like gets up right close to you and goes, "You are very elegant."
Eamon will kind of look to Riley and just kind of like look back at what's going on here.
All right.
So I hear you wish
To be honest,
to join our little group and worship the devil, then?
I had to at least come and see for myself.
Oh,
I'd heard a little bit about it, but yes. If what you if what you're selling is something I'm interested in buying, then I think that we can have a conversation.
I plan to sell, what I am planning to sell is, just peace of mind for the people.
More so than others in this town
Yes,
can offer, I suppose.
we are only suffering because we do not obey. If we obey the rules of the land, then we have nothing to fear.
Yes, we heard you actually detained a few troublemakers earlier. Former friends of ours, actually.
Detained? Oh, my dear. We are not detaining anyone. What are you talking about? We are merely having a chat with a few people.
In that case, do you think we could meet them?
Meet them? Why would you want to meet them?
Again, old friends of ours.
Well, we are simply...
He'll say in Infernal, it would be very helpful to us.
Her eyes, perk up at this. Very
Brimstone, also in Inferno, will say, provide some closure.
I see.
Riley's just like, what is this? What are they saying?
Does Riley not speak Infernal?
She doesn't.
So she's just like nervously looking at the two of you like, what? Already on edge.
So I'm actually curious, because I'm assuming Eamon learned it through just kind of like his order and like kind of all of that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you does speaking Infernal come naturally to him, or does it sound like learned?
You tell me.
Yeah, I'm asking.
I would imagine that because he is an orc, he can probably sort of mimic the guttural aspects of the accent somewhat well, but I don't think he would. He probably doesn't sound like a native speaker. Like it does probably sound like he learned it, but
Brimstone definitely sounds
certainly,
like a native speaker. Like he's spoken this all his life.
Yeah, if there's any sort of like high infernal, like a more proper way to learn it, like proper French or whatever, that's definitely what Eamon is speaking.
Cool.
Because he was. Yeah, it's like a very formal version.
So, she just kind of smiles and goes, "Well, perhaps after dinner, I would much like to speak further on your initiation, if you really are serious about joining our order." And we're gonna cut that there and do a point of view switch.
Whoa!
Oh boy!
Whoa!
Up, down, flip it, and reverse it.
Yeah. So,
Dang!
Zelfine, you wake up.
Oh dear. Already don't like this.
Already bad. Already
is
bad.
already terrible.
The last thing you remember was being pushed into this house and being knocked over the head. You...
Normal house.
Normal house! It's great, guys.
She just tripped.
She just tripped. It's good. Yeah, you wake up in this storage room, and there's crates just everywhere.
It's where they store the people who tripped.
Do I see Theo anywhere?
You don't.
Great.
Bad.
So what kind of exits am I looking at in this room? What can I find as far as like how to get out of this room?
Let me just actually put your token on the right frickin' layer. There we go. So you can see yourself, and we are over here. So you see that there is a door up here, and a door over here.
So there's the... Okay, I'm on top of one of the doors. I was like,
Yeah,
wait a minute,
yeah.
where's the door? So I'm right in front of one, so I'm gonna inspect that one first. I don't wanna open it. I just wanna see if I can ascertain whether it's locked or not.
You can tell that it is locked.
Okay, I figured. Alright. I would assume the one in the back is also, so let me... Zelfine, look what you've gotten yourself into.
I really
Oh,
hope
what
that she
is
still has the
doing?
thieves' tools.
Oh, me too.
Oh yeah, she's gonna check, does she have all of her stuff with her still?
She
Has she been frisked?
has in fact been frisked.
Owl beans.
Great.
Beans.
Did they happen to take her bone dagger?
They left the bone dagger, weirdly enough.
Oh.
Okay, she was gonna move from miffed to pissed, but nope, we're still at miffed.
Yeah,
We can work with
you had
this.
it on your person in such a way that it looks like they just missed it while they were, like, throwing you into this room.
She does keep that one tucked safely away ever since throwing it inside that one animated set of armor.
Yep.
I miss that armor.
Yes, I too missed that time when a thing tried to kill us, and you lamented how much we beat it up.
Good times.
Okay, so from where she's at... so the only thing she has on her person, basically, is that bone dagger. And
Pretty
then, like,
much.
I guess clothes.
Yeah.
She's gonna start inspecting these crates here to see if there's anything, like, useful about them?
Yeah. So, looking through them, you see, like, crates of old clothes, a few barrels of drinking water, and 2 of them are, like, wine. Can you roll me a perception check?
Yes, I can. That's a 13.
Okay. So, feeling around back there, you do notice, like, a little metal pick kind of fell in behind one of the crates. And you realize it's from your thieves' toolkit.
Beautiful.
Okay.
They were so rough with you, it looks like a couple things on your person seems to have fallen out.
How dare those rough boys?
Why would you rough up our beautiful trash panda?
All right. So other than having my stuff scattered as such, do I appear to be any worse for the wear other than like the bump to the noggin?
No, if you had, like, health taken off, it's healed by now because you've had a short rest.
Okay.
Because you've been knocked out in a closet, basically.
Had a nice closet nap. It's fine.
Yep.
Okay, well, she's super relieved to find that pick, because otherwise she was going to have to sit there and, like, try to dig a nail out of a crate or something, and that was going to be a pain in the ass.
Yep.
So, there's probably not much she can ascertain as to a difference between these 2 doors, so she's just going to head towards, the one that she was next to and see what she can do about picking it open.
Okay. So, roll me Thieves' Tools.
Yeah. 18.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh.
So that just, like, click, it opens up.
Yeah.
And if you peek through, you see what looks to be like a kitchen with a servant running around making food.
Huh. Do I want to deal with this? It looks like, what, describe the servant to me. What can I tell about the servant just from peeking through the crack in the door here?
The back of her skull looks like it'd be really vulnerable to, like, a blackjack. Or, like, the hilt of a dagger used as a blackjack.
Beautiful. No, it looks like a kind of maid. She's, like, female and in clearly just, like, peasant clothes, running around. She's got, like, soot kind of on some stuff. Which I should actually switch it with one of the other ones, because this lady was over here. Put her over there. Yeah. She doesn't look particularly strong or anything. She just looks like a cook of some kind.
But what if a buff maid?
But what if?
That would be Zelfine's luck, and she kind of takes a little glance back at the other door and has this moment of, like, deliberation. Then she's like, "The devil I know or the devil I don't." Let's just go with little maid here. And what I want to do, what Zelfine wants to do, is she's working on something there in the kitchen, right? Like, she's occupied?
Yep.
Okay, she wants to wait until she's got the servant has her back to her, and then she's gonna try to sneak up behind her.
Okay, roll me stealth.
Oh, not 20.
Oh, yeah. You are, like, missed. You just, like, swoosh right into there. She doesn't even bat an eye. She doesn't even move her head to look. She is just, like, buried in her stuff, and you are like a ghost.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Mission impossible.
Okay, so she's right behind her. The first thing she wants to do is not aggressively. I mean, if there's any way for this to be non-aggressive, but just kind of like, she's gonna grab her with a hand over her mouth and just very gently is like, "Don't scream. I just have a question."
As you do, like, she, like, freezes dead, her eyes wide, and she's like, you can feel her, like, whimpering slightly.
They've taken all of my gear, as I'm sure you know, so don't freak out. I just want to know, do you know, and you can nod, you're free to do that, where they took the tiefling that came in with me?
She, like, looks at you, is shaking us. Do you have your hand over her mouth?
Yeah, I just want her to, like, nod yes or shake her head no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm giving her the agency to do that.
She, like, she shakes her head. Yes.
Okay. One moment, please.
Zelfine is loading.
She's going to point to this door that is behind her.
Yep.
Yeah? She's gonna ask, is he in this direction?
She shakes her head no.
Okay. Okay. She's gonna point back the way she came. Is he back through that other door back there?
She kind of, like, tilts her head slightly and, like, points downwards.
Oh, okay. Okay.
With, like, her one free hand, she's, like, pointing down.
Okay. Then point me in the direction of the stairs down there.
Yeah. So she kind of, like, gestures towards, like, a window, and from the window you can see that there's, like, a doorway leading down to a cellar from the outside of the house, which is over here.
Oh, good. Cellar.
Loot the closet.
And she says, okay, you're gonna come with me, all right? And she's gonna start walking her back towards that, the storage closet where she was locked.
Cool.
All right, she's gonna get her in there. She's gonna have her standing where, like, they're right in the doorway where Zelfine is on one side of the door and she's on the other.
Yep.
Okay. Give me just a second. So where was the window with the cellar door?
It was, like, over the sink here. From here you could see the cellar over here.
Okay, got it.
And it looks like you can only access it from the outside of the house.
Okay. Alright, good. So it's right there. So she doesn't have to go far. So she's just gonna be like, thank you very much for your assistance. I'm going to leave you right here for a moment. If that's okay with you. I also hate to be this person. I might have lied about them taking all of my gear. I clearly I had a way to get out of this locked room. If that's proof enough for you. So I would greatly appreciate it if you would have a seat on that crate right there in front of you.
She does so. She sits down on the crate and is, like, shaking like a leaf at this point.
Okay. And then she's going to pull out her bone dagger at that point. Like, not in a threat, just as a show of, yeah, I have this thing. She's gonna be like, and my last request of you, I'd greatly appreciate it if you just stayed right there on that crate. You don't follow me. I'm gonna need you before you freak out, because you obviously are going to, as is your right, count to 30. And then she's gonna back out and close the door. And head straight for that window.
Cool.
Oh my god. She's the OG.
It's beautiful.
Boy,
Okay,
she
so-
is the most polite thief I think I've ever seen.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody raised Zelfine, right?
Well,
Well,
We don't know. None of our characters know.
that's true. We don't know.
We don't know.
anyways.
Zelfine raised Zelfine right. Except, still, no, never mind.
We can get into that later.
Yeah. Alright, so I want to check out this window. Is
Cool.
it locked?
It is not locked. In fact, it's
Okay.
like slightly ajar. They were letting like some cool air in.
Beautiful, I'm going through that window.
Okay, so it's like next to a sink, so you climb up over the sink and out the window.
Now I have to ask: Do you go through it open, or do you be like us and you close it and crash through it?
Make a point of closing and smashing. No, she's trying to operate with what little health she has bought herself. She's gonna open the window and climb through it open, and she's even gonna close it behind her.
Great.
I gotta say, I'm really glad we have our rogue back.
So, you
Okay.
head over to the cellar.
Yes, heading towards the cellar.
Cool.
I'm assuming this door is locked.
Yes, it is locked.
Okay, we're gonna try to pick that door.
Cool.
Okay, 25.
Okay, yeah, that just like clicks
Hey.
right open, falls onto the ground, and yeah, you see stairs heading down. And before you start heading down that way, that's the wrong thing I meant to click. Stairs heading down. There we go. We cut back to everybody else in the dining room, and Lady Watcher is
Yeah.
looking a little impatient at this point. He goes, "What is taking the cook so long? Excuse me for a moment." And she, like, heads out the door, leaving you all in this room. You hear a click behind you as she locks the door.
Great.
Okay, Eamon's gonna go up to this door to the north.
Cool. So,
And open it.
you can try. It is locked.
And try to open it.
Use our patented opening the door.
Is this door over here where the fireplace is through? Is that locked?
That is not locked, actually. But you
Do I
know,
still hear him cursing on the other side?
you sure do.
Hey, how big is the fireplace?
It is about 5 feet across.
Could I get through it if it weren't on fire?
If it weren't on fire, I mean,
You
even
do have fire resistance.
I
No,
mean,
this is it. Hold on.
That's true.
you could get through
Is
it.
big enough for me to walk through.
It's a bit short. You'd have to duck, and it's very
That
dirty.
would be
I
tiny.
could walk through it.
Yeah,
I'm tiny and fire resistant. I can walk through it. Oh wait, no, I'm tall. I forget. I always forget. I'm actually.
Yeah,
I
Riley's
don't want
kinda
you to
tall.
burn any of your. I don't want you to burn any of your stuff. Hold on. Give me
yes.
just a moment. I think I have someone to have a chat with.
Eamon is gonna sigh and, like, get out his hammer.
great.
No,
Take
no,
a
no.
rock brimstone.
Wait.
Theo could be being tortured.
Yes, I'm going to ask. Don't worry, I'll keep it polite.
So,
I think we're past
Okay.
the point of politeness.
oh my god.
So I would like to, if I can, walk through the fireplace to the other side.
Cool. So,
Nice.
I'm gonna get you to roll because it's on fire right now. Unless you put the fire out.
Nah, I kind of want to just walk through with like flames smoldering off of me, just to like complete like the image of me just like
being from hell.
bursting out of the fire towards him.
Okay, I'm gonna get you to roll
Hell yeah.
like a Constitution save.
That's fair. Yeah. What do I get?
Oh, an 8. So you get some of the smoke kind of gets into your lungs, and it kind of bothers you a bit. But and like part of your
Does he
clothes
still look intimidating?
Oh, you look intimidating as heck still. But yeah, you've got a cough now, so you're gonna have disadvantage on your next couple rolls, like 2 rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So Brimstone comes to the fire coughing and sputtering.
And you take 2 points of damage, please.
Okay.
Because I rolled a 4 and you have resistance.
Yeah. Excuse me.
And like
Sorry,
the Weasley guy like jumps back as he looks at you and goes, "Ah, for fuck's sakes! What
Start
the
putting up all the things in
hell?
my file.
What do you
yes,
want?"
that. I do. Well, Lady Wachter is checking on dinner. I thought while we were here, I had the question for you. You see, another friend of mine was brought here some time ago, and I was wondering if you could point me in the direction of where he is.
Why would I know that? Roll me an intimidation
Please.
check.
Eamon is gonna like peek through the fire and kind of like do the hand across the neck motion, try to give Brimstone advantage.
Okay, yeah, I said that's advantage. So roll me.
Okay, natural 20!
Nice.
Hey!
Got a natural 20.
Like
Hey.
his face goes like completely pale, and he goes, "Look, I don't want any trouble. She doesn't pay me enough to not die. Look. Yeah, she's got the guy in the basement.
Okay, what's the door that way? Do I need to...
It's outside. There's a cellar door. It goes down. There was that other one, the white-haired lady. Yeah, we got her stuff. We got her stuff in one of the closets. We figured we could sell it later.
Cool. Where is, if you could point me in that direction, that would be just wonderful.
Yeah, it's the one near the front door. Dude, yeah, just for God's sakes, please leave me alone.
Yeah, no worries, thank you very much, and I'm going to walk back through the fireplace.
Great.
Okay.
Eamon is going to...
I want to head
Go
towards
up.
that closet. If I can. Did she lock the door?
She locked
Which
that.
door did she lock?
She locked the door leading to the most direct route to the like stairways, and then like the main foyer area.
Oh, shoot.
Eamon is just gonna kind of like tap the door a couple times with his hammer. Just specifically the lock. He's going to try and break it, but not so loudly that it's going to, like, alert everyone.
Mm-hmm.
If that's possible.
The strength and stealth
Gently
check, I
break
guess.
it in the hammer. Gently break this thing with a hammer.
Well, roll me an attack roll.
Okay. That's a 9.
So you like get your hammer into it, and it like kind of almost bounces back off the door.
Strong ass door.
Well, in that case, Eamon's just gonna go whole hog.
Oh god. Okay, we're doing this.
Hold on,
Sorry,
wait, maybe... I have an idea if you'll let me for a second.
Eamon's hammer's over his shoulder. I'm listening.
Yeah.
So... What if we... I just think that I'd like to see if we can keep Lady Wachter either on our side or distracted as long as possible.
This way, then? And he's gonna walk towards the other door.
Well, she's checking on dinner, right? So...
Yeah. Away from the kitchen. I'm assuming I can smell the kitchen, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I can smell the kitchen.
it's a good kitchen.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Whatever they're cooking on there actually smells real good.
Alright.
Okay,
In that case-
hold on, I have an idea, hold on.
Okay.
I'd like to,
You
I'd
have
like to
ideas?
I'd like to get up to the door, like in front of the door, and basically I'd like to make a show. I'm not actually trying to break it. I'd like to make a show of basically like trying to get the handle open really hard.
Cool.
and I'd like to yell the hello, hello.
At this, the door, you hear another click and the door opens slightly, and you see the maid that had brought you in and goes, yes?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wondering if Lady Walker needed our help with dinner, though. Sorry, it just smells really good.
No, it's all right, my lord. It'll be fine. And she,
Aim is...
She wants to...
Do we need, a wine? Do we have any wine in here?
We do. We will get you wine. Don't worry.
Okay. Would it be alright if I came and picked one out?
Yeah.
We only really have the one. Well, we have two kinds.
Right,
there's good wine and there's the cheap wine, and that's about all we got.
Aim is going to put a hand
I might like to ship mine more. I mean, let's see what we have.
Eamon will put a hand on Brimstone's shoulder and be like, my friend here is quite the connoisseur of wine. He's a proper sommelier. He actually even, back when we were in Faerun, we would go to all these different wine tastings. But it was lovely.
We only, there's only 2 wines in the valley. Yes, if you've had the one, you've had all of them. There's only one place that grows wine.
I'd still like to sample, the vintage and whatnot.
Can you guys roll me persuasion?
We insist.
Actually,
okay.
This will be deception. Roll me some deception.
Okay.
Can I just give Aim an advantage because
yes.
he's like roll some deception.
More charismatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deception. That's a 23.
Hey.
Ooh.
Her eyes dart to the floor and goes, I suppose. And
Thank you.
She opens the door.
Come on, Riley.
I'm a coming.
Wait, the kitchen is this. The kitchen is this way, sir.
And,
is it?
At this point, I kind of want to cover her mouth and just.
No,
Eamon is going to kind of keep her distracted. It's like, did anyone ever tell you that you just have the most beautiful eyes? And that's while Brimstone. Well, Brimstone is going to the closet.
Okay.
Well, no, I was following her into the kitchen.
Okay.
I was gonna sneak off into the closet.
Ah, right. Okay. Good idea.
So as you head into
Eamon will
You guys got this
kind
under
of
control.
distract her.
she pulls you into the kitchen and she stops and looks and says, where's the cook? She should be. And she walks off ahead of you and heads.
Riley, go look for the cook. Maybe she went out the front door or something.
Sounds good. Gonna go to the closet.
Okay, so the closet, funnily enough, is open and not locked like a lot of this other stuff.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to be this closet here. And I'm going to get
Brimstone
you...
and Eamon are going to make a show of trying to help the maid look for this other cook, but really overplay it, look under tables and shit.
Is she in here? And Eamon will open this door over here.
Yeah.
This
Open
one.
a pot. Is it here?
Yeah.
He's gonna open this door.
That door, and that'll lead you into a pantry area that's just full of food, but it's not as full as you'd expect something like this to be.
Eamon will look around and is like, is that a broom there? Fascinating. Last time I opened a closet and there was a broom inside, and then he's just going to regale them with the whole tale.
Oh
and
gosh.
just try and distract them as much as possible.
Yeah.
And then I swear this broom, it just kept attacking me and thwapping me, and so I had to break it over my knee. It was, I admit I felt bad at one point, and he's just gonna keep talking and talking and talking.
Do we see the cellar?
Riley, you and Lucas are at this closet now. I'm gonna get you to roll investigation with advantage because you know it's in here. B, Lucas is on your staff, and he's gonna start poking around.
On the
almost
ground,
a 19.
Oh yeah.
That was a 3. Oh, great. Investigation.
Yep.
That's a 19.
Okay, so with the 19, you find, like, underneath a coat, you see, like, a bag just full of stuff that you recognize as Zelfine, so, like, the silvered sword and everything.
Yeah!
Lucas, like, fluff his wings, like, excitedly.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see
Anything
the
of
seller out of
Theo's?
this door?
Yeah, from here, actually, as you look out, you see Zelfine slip down that way.
There she is! Do I see anything of Theo's in the bag, or?
You do, actually. You see, like, a dagger that has, like, a weird design on it, and you recognized it as Theo's, and his sword is kind of, like, haphazardly stuck in there, too.
Oh, that's not good either.
I'm going to say, I'm going to whisper to Aemond in Infernal and see if I get a reaction from the maid. Does she seem to respond when I say anything in Infernal?
She just kind of, like, looks at you and, like, sticks her hand on her face and, like, looks happy. Like, she doesn't understand what you're saying, but the sound of it is
So
nice.
I go over to the sink and I gesture to Aemond to come over for me, and like I ask him to like help me, Aemond, help me check this out. And then under my
Let
breath,
me look in the sink.
yeah, well, like around that area, I'm checking out, and I'm going to under my breath in Infernal say to him, "We need to get through this door. I just saw her go through the entrance down there.
All right.
Get me through this window."
Aemond will say
If I can stay on her side, that'll give us some advantage at least.
All right. Aemond will now the other person is looking the other way.
Yeah, she's, like, gone at this point, gone into the room Zelfine was in, the closet here, the storage room.
And Eamon will kind of just lean casually against the door for a little bit, and then he'll sort of extend his hands to help Brimstone up,
Cool.
and then go back to leaning casually against the door.
She looks.
Am I?
Yeah, roll me
Am I-
stealth, Brimstone.
Oh jeez. Yep.
Oh no.
Am I? This window. I'm not too big to get through this window, am I?
No.
Can I give him advantage?
It's gonna
'Cause
be-
I technically.
Yeah, it's gonna be with advantage for stealth, but yeah, it's just big enough for you. You might get, like, your horn snagged a bit, but you think.
I got a 13.
Stuck like Pooh Bear.
Oh bother.
Except it will be his abs that are stuck.
Too many muscles.
Too many muscles.
Does he get through the window though?
Roll me.
Gotta roll.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you rolled stealth there. Sorry, it didn't pop up with the noise. You get out.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna follow Zelfine into the basement.
Okay, and so she's ducked down already, and as you start making your way over there, you see Lady Watcher turn the corner from the outside of the building and go, "Oh, what are you doing outside of the room, my dear?" And
Pardon me.
yep, go for it.
I was just saying. Oh, pardon me. We were just checking wine, so I thought to check the cellar. Your maid seems to insist that there's only 2 types of wine, and surely that can't possibly be the case. There's so many different vintages, and
She, like, slinks up to you and, like, puts a hand on your, like, exposed chest and goes, "Oh yes, we have all kinds of wine in the basement." And starts pulling.
Can
Gently
can Eamon
starts
hear
pulling
this?
you towards the yeah, you can hear this right near the window.
And
yeah,
Eamon
so I'm
just
gonna
whispers,
let myself.
"Oh my
be.
god, are they gonna fuck?"
Brimstone lets himself be pulled in.
Okay, so they start heading down that way, and now they kiss, and now we stop the episode because you guys have roleplay coming up.
That's right. Ooh, hello.
That's certainly it. I thought somebody was screaming for a second.
Just, ah!
Oh man, man,
Oh
man.
boy.
They don't know Riley's a tiefling yet. I don't think.
They don't.
Nope.
She just thinks.
Just
She just knows you are, and she knows Theo is.
Just to round out the episode, can I go get Riley and then follow them down into the basement?
Yeah, we'll say that that's just a thing that's happening.
Yeah.
I figured that's what was going to happen.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got the stuff, so let's do the thing. Let's boogie.
Thing. Oh, boy.
I like how we basically just we just blown off all these servants who are like,
Yep.
Yeah, like, fuck you, we can do what we want.
Basically, they can't stop you.
Yeah, they worship you, man.
Yeah, you want to try and stop me with your 4 hit points? Go ahead.
Yeah, they in fact only have about 4 hit points.
Anyways, no, yeah, I guess we'll all go down into the basement.
Only good things are there.
Riley's
all the
favorite
good
place
things.
to be.
The good normal things.
Oh no, Riley.
A great basement.
No, no. Bad.
honestly, this is still going a lot better than I figured it would.
Yeah, all things considered.
Yeah.
How old is Lady Watcher? Just curious.
Oh, she's old. She's pretty old.
Brimstone, are you into that?
Rude. Hey.
You have not had the opportunity to ask any of those questions.
Come on, Riley, we gotta follow them. I think we're gonna.
They're gonna what?
They're gonna nothing. They're gonna do a
I'm
thing.
sorry you're jealous, but you know what?
Yeah.
They're gonna canoodle.
They're gonna canoodle.
Yep, that's the thing. That's
Hi,
definitely,
Irina,
definitely
by the
gonna
way.
happen.
Well,
Hi.
while something's hiding down there, like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into what Zelfine sees next time when she heads down into the cellar.
Yeah, because we're going downstairs in like 3 separate groups, so this is going great.
Oh yeah,
This is going good.
Here's the thing, though. We all made it downstairs, and that's great.
Very
Objectively.
good. Very good.
Yep.
And they're not openly hostile to us just yet.
Not yet.
Yet.
Yeah, yet.
Not to you
Wait
guys,
until they
at
find-
least.
I honestly was legitimately hoping that Aim was gonna like start a fight and make it look like he and Riley had like betrayed me.
That'd be interesting.
It's like the final showdown between Eamon and Brim, except they're both faking the shit out
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
And like to like push me out of the window. But I mean, honestly, this worked just as well.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh my god, that'd be great, actually.
I'm glad I got the chance for Eamon to just straight up try to seduce someone.
It's great.
You have beautiful eyes. Has anyone ever told you that?
It's great.
I
It's
mean,
great.
of all the one-liners you went with, there's worse ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Got a nice butt there.
Ah, yeah.
I'd like to see it in action. Eamon the perverted paladin.
I'm assuming that like it's either been 10 minutes or I definitely get the sense that Thea's down this way.
Yeah.
From my smell.
You could spell that he's gone down that way.
I guess we should officially end the episode.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. We're done. Nice to see you. Good to meet you. All that
We're
good stuff.
done.
We are.
Yeah, good to subs back. Yay.
Huzzah.
I love you, Internet.